Hi there, welcome back to Triplicate, and yes, Dremels. I did 2 videos on Dremels a couple of years ago because, this one, the little button that holds the armature while you undo the collet and change tools, that wasn't working, and in the end I just left it out and let's stick the end of a drill, 4mm I think, drill in there to hold it. So we got that one working again, and this one had a wire broken off on the armature, and so that wasn't working, so we managed to fix that, and so I've had 2 working Dremels. But I came to put a new brake cable on the back brake of my bicycle, and this is, I don't know, bits and pieces, and because they're universal they come about twice as long as you need, so you've got to cut them off, and I thought, oh well, a little cutting disc, that's the ideal thing for cutting through these cables. I got stainless ones because they won't rust like the originals. So I get my Dremels, plug them in, and nothing. Doesn't work. So I get the other one out, plug that in, nothing. Doesn't work. Both of them dead. So let's tear into them and see if we can see what's the matter, and if we can't see what's the matter, I guess we need to buy something else. Okay, well maybe the first thing to do would be actually just to whip the brushes out and check it isn't something very silly like worn out brushes. Yeah man. No, plenty of brush there. I mean, they don't get used hardly. I'll run them. Come on. I'll run them for a few seconds just to cut something or grind at something, and then they'll go back in the drawer for months and months. Yeah, another perfectly good looking brush. Just plug it in again and check that hasn't cured it. No. Didn't think it would. Right, so now we have the little Torx screwdriver. So we're gonna pull the screws out and look inside. Okay, how do these come apart? Well, oh well, don't think I need the label anymore. There we go. It's the top one. You know what I didn't test? I didn't test whether the fuse had blown. I mean, I can't see it how it could, so we will. Yep, continuity there and continuity there. Okay, so how does this all come apart? Maybe having put the brushes back in, they have to be out for it to come apart. Those side bits off. I think these have to come out. Can't see, can you? I think these have to come out. And it's all just going to lift out now. Oh, hang on. Dunno. There we go. I seem to remember that rubber thing comes off the back there, and this just unplugs from here, and it should come apart. Excellent. Okay, well, what was wrong before was stator windings, so shall we have a look see? Let's put it on ohms. Yep, same problem as before. Unless they go across here. I doubt it. Oh, okay. I don't know. Yeah, they'll go across the wire, won't they? Okay, so to actually ram the probes down by the contacts to get good contact. And that one we've got 24 and some ohms, and this one we've got similar. And if we just randomly place that across the brushes, commutator, the word I'm looking for, that seems to be alright. So we seem to have this, and this is alright, and we're getting power. This is just suppression, I guess. Across there it's this thing in this thing here, and in here there is some electronics, and okay, and I think you can see there's some white crud in there. Is that crud or is that supposed to be there? I don't know. So I wonder if this blue speed adjustment thingy comes off easily. Imagine it's just pressed on. I will have a look under some magnification, and we will move from there. Okay, a screwdriver in there and leave it, and the edge of that came up a bit, so shall we try and do the same this side? There we go, click, and it all falls apart. Wonderful. Okay, so we have a little circuit board. We have a little contactor jobby and the knob that moves it all, and some kind of a semiconductor device. Okay, well what we have here is, I don't really know. That I'm assuming is a diode. That is, I don't know. It hasn't got anything on it that Google recognises as any kind of part number. Is there something under that blob of plastic pitch glue or whatever there? That though is a resistor, or a potentiometer should I say. So let's zoom this out so you can see the meter. Okay, let's measure the whole length and we get 350 kiloohms, and if we take about halfway, okay, 150 kiloohms. What there? 400 kiloohms. So I don't quite know what's going on, but it's some kind of a resistor, and there's the little bit. So this little bit goes the other way. Get a fraction more light on that. So those two contacts at the end go between there, and I presume that's forms some kind of a potentiometer, and then there's another contact in here which goes onto this brass thing, and they're all connected together. So what I'm saying is, I don't know how this works. Insufficient data, and all this white stuff is apparently supposed to be there, because if you look, it sort of actually forms round the pins of that. So don't know what that is. So if this little circuit is not functioning correctly, there's nothing we can do, is what I'm saying. So what I am going to do is try and clean up these contacts as best I can, put it all back together and see if it is just a poor contact. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of IPA, that's isopropyl alcohol, not India Pale Ale. Give this a little bit of a clean up. Oh, we've got all that. Well, that's coming off that resistor element. And I'm going to take a little bit of Scotch-Brite. Give that bit of brass a scrape, it's still in shot. And where's this thing? With the Scotch-Brite I am going to give these contacts a clean on this contactor jobby. Not a contactor, something completely different. Trusty Kennedy oxide. Squirt a bit of that onto another cotton bud, and give all the contacts a wipe over. Might also put some, can you see that, on all these other contacts that are various bits of it, and possibly zoom out and see if we can remember how it went together. That thing would you say is symmetrical? Well, it makes sense if it was. So, how does this work? Does that fit in that? Yeah. This thing might. Slide back and forth in this slot. This is still in shot. Alright. Yep. Well, it did work. Well, that stayed in that slot. Oh, and this is going to be a right pain. Trying to persuade this back together. Right, what's the chances that that little black contact slider are where it's supposed to be? Well, looks like it's working. A, C and B. Focus down there. Probably not. Okay, so I'm going to somehow put it back together. I think that's the bottom. So there's this. Squirt a bit of that in there. I need to slide that through there first. Get this rubber doodad on. There we go. Okay, spins freely. Guessing that must go in that way. Yup. Right. Put these bearings down, everything down. Okay, those in there like that. Right, finally got it to sit down and align properly so it'll turn freely, so I am just gonna, or not, whack the brushes in. God, don't tell me the brush covers are specific to a side. Okay, so I am just going to hold it together rather than putting the screws in. I'll put the screws in to take them out again. Oh dear. Nope. I think we're going to call that one dead. So, let's have a look in the other one. Alright, Dremel number 2. Let's go. Come on. Spring. Oh, there we go. Alright. Controller. That's not good. That has dropped out of there, to be precise. Well, we will check these with the meter. They go that way, yeah. That looks about right. Now this is where that contact has fallen out. And it's good, but we've lost that contact. We'll have a look at that. So that's good, apart from that contact being a bit dubious. Let's see if we can, some impromptu brushes. So I am not going to bother trying to take this thing apart. I'm just going to clean the contacts, check that this is going to make some sort of decent contact, and stick it back together temporarily and try it again. And if that doesn't work, we're going to assume it's this one that is broken in both of them simultaneously. Okay, loop of tin copper wire just pushed down in there. Not sure whether you can see it, but it seems to be holding the contact together. So that'll do for now. It'll probably have to do forever, because I don't think there's anything else much I can do apart from buy new armature, or stator should I say. Okay, after a bit of a fight, got that brush to stay together, but it does seem a bit flaky, so we might be on new brushes even though they're hardly worn. So there we go, all back together. And working, so I have one working Dremel. And yep, you can actually get a replacement controller. But can I say for 100% it is the controller that's gone and there's just not a broken wire I haven't spotted? No. And the price at £14.99. If we look on good old eBay for replacement ones, there are lots going for not a lot more than that. So for now I am going to pass on buying one of those and fixing the other one and make do with one working Dremel. Okay, well there we are, a success and a probable fail. And since I really actually only need one working Dremel, I'm going to use that one, and I could start swapping. This is the one with the problem with the spindle locking mechanism, and I could swap bits over from the other one, but you know what, I can't be bothered. I will keep the other one for spares, and if I get to the point I don't have enough bits to make one good Dremel, it's probably time to buy something else. So that's it. I hope that'll stimulate yet more comments on matters Dremel and how unreliable they are. But until then, it's a goodbye from Triplicate. Goodbye.